y'all. What's going on? Hey, Tanya McNeil, how you doing? How you doing? Happy Thursday, y'all. Stretch. Child, we are still snowed in here, especially where I live. So I want to come on today and finally give my commentary on some things that I have been listening to, for a couple of days. Now, I don't know if y'all know this or not, but I really don't like to talk about when they have this relationship situations going on. Hey, Michelle's daughter, how you doing? But I'm gonna talk about it today. Hey, Simply Me, how you doing? I want to talk about it today. I want to talk about it and let can y'all hear me? First of all, let me know if y'all can hear me, right? Because I'm multitasking. So anyway, I want to talk about it because I listened to Kimmie's live this morning, of course, and I just got to just got through listening to it because I logged in late. I wasn't on when she was on originally, but I listened to the replay, right? Hey, Water Sniper, thank you for letting me know you can hear me. Thank you, Tanya. And so I want to talk about it because I had something to say. I want to get my commentary, right? So, child, let me just get into it. Hey, Renee P, how you doing? So the first thing I want to say is yesterday I was trying to listen off and on to a little bit of what was going on around here, and I found a couple of things interesting. So we might as well talk about yesterday first. So yesterday, um, when it comes to the heaty, the this heat and the what's that girl's name, Ness situation. I don't understand. Now here's my thing. I got questions, right? Y'all know the other day we was talking about the Lizzie relationships, right? So, but when it comes to the Lizzies that I have noticed in this sector, now you would think that if a woman is going to be involved with another woman, that you wouldn't expect the same situations that you got to deal with a man, right? Now, this is me thinking on the outside. I don't know if you are Lizzie. I don't know if you expect the same thing or not. But I would think that you would be going to the other side, going to the other side because you've been treated badly in a heterosexual relationship, with a water sniper. Just kidding, water sniper, with an eggplant emoji, and you don't want to be treated like it no more, right? So in my mind, why else would you do it, right? So, but correct me if I'm wrong. Now, this is the way I'm thinking. But when it comes to the Ness and Heedy situation, I find it very. Hey, Tropical Punch, thank you, baby. I find it very. Thank you so much, Tropical Punch. Tropical did that, okay? Hey, Unball, don't be laughing, Water Sniper. You know what I mean. So let me explain, right? So when it comes to this Heidi and Ness situation, I feel that it's very toxic, and some people saying it's fake, and they just every once in a while they'll fall out. I done heard it before, here it is again. But my thing is, if this thing is real and they are not playing, how can you deal with that type of dysfunction, right? This heat done talked under the girl's clothes. Every time she get upset, she run to Pizarro's panel. She knows that drives Ness crazy. But I think that's why she's running over there. And my thing is, I think Pizarro know that drive. Hey, Berber, drive Heat crazy. And then, but my thing is, like, why is she even entertaining something like that? Is she bi curious? You know what I mean? Thank you, Tropical. And if she's not bi curious, if she's just messy, and why are both of those women allowing Heat to act like a dude? Because sometimes when you get into when you sometimes dudes will play games with women, right? Especially women that are willing to accept anything, right? So if she getting into it with Ness, then she running over there to Pizarro's, and she made her rounds yesterday. Not only was she on Pizarro's, she did an interview with Demetra, and whoever else, right? So my thing is, like, why would you go for something like that? You know what I mean? Oh, and then Ness got mad, cause now I don't know what she said about um this he having an interview with with Demetra, but she pretty much had a lot to say about what he said on Kimmie's panel, right? Because I heard a little bit of it, and then I went over there, and then Miss Ness had a title in her video telling Kimmie not to call her sister, right? And so my thing is, I felt like, if okay, we all know that if it's on the street, you put it out there, people gonna talk about it, right? So how you gonna get madder at Kimmy, seem like, than you was at Heat? Because she gave a lot of smoke to Kimmy, but she didn't get it much smoke to Heat, if that makes sense. And I was just understanding how that went. And my thing is, like, that's the same thing that a dude would do, play games, right? And so my thing is, I don't understand uh what he mean by she gonna hurt her and all of this and all that. Are we talking about domestic violence? Are we talking about something that you gonna do online that you think will hurt her? Because at this point, I don't think it's nothing that can help hurting this born that you talking about putting your hands on her, right? Because for some people, there is no low that you can go, right? And I think that Ness is one of those people. And I think, hold on, let me read this. She was mad that Kimmy accused her of letting TMO come to her channel and drag her. TMO managed to wiggle herself into the middle of drama and then play. Well, I mean, she always play victim. It's just like Kimmy was talking about when TMO. She said TMO said that Kimmy don't like the girls. Like Sean Bradley and James Caldwell, right? And then I heard Kimmy saying, that's not true, basically. And I also went over there because she said Sean Bradley had a video with her name in the title, Kimmy. And he was like, I don't have no problem with Kimmy. She one of my favorite content creators, all this and all that. So I don't see how TMO can play victim and she running around spreading falsehoods trying to get Kimmy into it with, I guess, a James Caldwell or a Sean Bradley, right? Hey, Creole Butterfly. I didn't get that. So how you gonna play victim and you gonna just flat out lie, and then you go feel away because the girl calling you names, but you lied on her. That's another thing, right? But anyway, that's my commentary about that. Hey, Monroe. But getting back to this Ness and this Heat situation, like I really just don't understand. When it comes to the Lizzies or whatever, because that now, and not only that, and the Heat ain't the only one. You got the ones that act like they want to identify as men, like Heat and Jay Dunn and the Benz person. They seem very. So is that what they think a man is, to abuse the woman, to verbally abuse the woman since it's online? Do they think that is a masculine trait? Because that is toxic. That is not a masculine trait. So I don't understand what it is that they're trying to display. I'm confused about that, and I would really like to know. Yeah, the studs, that's what they call them, right? So do the studs think it is a masculine trait to disrespect a female in that way? But at the end of the day, they all females. So in order you to feel like you being masculine, you got to be verbally abusive online. And I don't know what they doing offline, but I'm saying as far as what I see online, right? That's not a masculine trait. And if the woman is going to another woman because she thinks she gonna have a better situation with a woman as opposed to a man, and then you go to the other woman, the stud or whatever, and you in the same situation, like what sense does that make? That don't make sense to me. I'm confused. I'm just as confused as I was the other day when I was asking questions. I don't see how they consider that to be a masculine trait. Because to me, it just sounds like one woman bullying another woman. And then what is the deal with making threats to one another? What is that about? You know. But like I said, some people said that they were just faking it and making a play and all this and all that. But if you're just faking that situation and you just making a play, you know what I mean? And this is and say it is making a play, right? but Ness don't mind Heidi going around from platform to platform speaking derogatory about her. What does that say about you? And if it's not a play, then and Ness gonna keep fooling with her, allegedly. I don't know if she says she's done with her or not. Why would you keep fooling with somebody like that? I don't think it was a play. Too much stuff was said. That's what I'm saying. Like if you are in a if it's a play and you letting this heat say all this stuff about you, like there is no low that you will go, right? So, but if it's not a play, I would hope that she don't keep fooling with the woman because she done threatened her and all of this and all that. And then I heard old girl over the time of stuff, you ought to, go on and beat her down and all of this and all that. So I'm thinking you putting a battery in her back to go lay it'll make you feel good if she go lay hands on her. And then then she got to go from California to wherever this wherever this is, like Seattle, Washington or something, to lay hands on her, or are you talking about virtually doing something to her? Like that don't make sense to me. That's why I try not to pay attention um to these types of situationships because it's just like a high level of dysfunction. And for women to treat other women that day is that way, and they supposed to be in a relationship, that I'm confused about that because I don't understand, you know, and I don't find no enjoyment in the conversation because I don't get it. You know what I mean? So I guess it's not my world, but and I guess that's why I'm thinking like this. You know what I mean? But that is not a masculine trait to debase a woman and all of this and all of that. So, what do you see what goes on over in India and Bangladesh? I would I would be worried if I was in. No, I don't. They don't take too kindly to gay relationships over in those countries, do they? Bob? But no, I don't see what's going on over there. But in those types of countries, it don't seem like they take too kindly to those situations. But I don't know. Maybe they do. I don't know. But I know in some parts of Africa they don't. Like Kenya, for instance. But anyway, that's all I got to say about them. Moving on to this, child, to this Noble and Tracy situation. Now we know that in the year 2023, Tracy had the B sector on lock because her storylines were the best. She had this storyline. Hey Roxy, she had this storyline with they don't this heat is half Bangladeshi. They will attack women when they feel disrespected. Oh, okay, Ball. I'm just trying to figure out if they think it's a masculine trait. That's all I'm trying to figure out. Cause it's not. It's toxic. It's toxic masculinity. And why would you engage in toxic masculinity if you still a woman at the end of the day, whether you call yourself a stud or not? That don't make sense to me. It's just a question. I'm just saying. But anyway, child, it's just one. Y'all know I got questions because I don't be knowing, right? But and y'all please hit the like button if you don't mind. I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. So anyway, move right along, child. Move right along. I heard Kimmy this morning talking about uh Noble and Tracy, right? Like I said, in 2023, Tracy was winning. She had her situations going on right there, and at the start of 2024, it seemed like she winning again, right? But this situation right here had me scratching my head this morning, right? So Kimmy was so they say Tracy and Noble are going through something, right? Hence the title of my video, right? They're going through something, right? Now I heard Tracy. It sound to me like Tracy is wanting the best for Noble, right? She want him to stop drinking and stop smoking so much, right? And from what I understand, he's got health problems, right? So if you really care about somebody, you're going to speak up, when it comes to the betterment of their health, and you're going to want the best for them, right? But it seems to me like Noble don't appreciate Tracy want him to stop drinking and smoking so much, right? So since he don't appreciate, hey Biggie Face, since he don't appreciate Tracy, won't coming out and saying, basically that you drink too much, you smoke too much. Hey Miss Pretty Wings, you gonna come out and gaslight her, right? You clicking links and stuff, right? In an effort to embarrass her, and also in an effort to garner attention or sympathy for yourself. That's what it sounds like to me. So in essence, it sounds like you're trying to gaslight her. That's what it sounds like to me. She wanted Noble to leave his union job, making $30 an hour, and move to San Antonio to make 11 and live with her. He has child support to stay. He is a functioning alcoholic. I agree with that. And so anyway, now I don't know about that part. I'm talking about what I heard online, right? As far as uh this, right, the health part is what I'm talking about. That job stuff, I don't even know nothing about that. Hey Miss O, ever since you mentioned those mambas you were eating, oh, I wish I had some right now. Last week you went straight to the Dollar Tree and got them, and now I know, right? Ooh, child, right? Scorpio fans, I love them mambas. Ooh, I like the little milk dugs too. I love them mambas, child. I ain't even got none right now. Ooh, child. Ooh, you shouldn't have said that. Got me wanting some. Dang. Anyway, I got sidetracked. So, on Kimmy's live this morning, she was, trying to be really sympathetic, in my opinion, towards Noble. And then she thought that he was basically calling her a liar in the chat. Well, come to find out, then Coolin hit the link and said that he was talking to somebody in the chat, right? So Kimmy said that they were in a members only live talking about the situation yesterday. So my thing is, why are you in a members only live talking behind a paywall about your relationship? Hey, well, see, why are you behind a paywall talking about your relationship if you're serious about it? Like I said, it seemed to me like you're trying to gaslight the woman, Noble. And it also seemed like you don't appreciate her. Hey Kimmy, girl, I got questions. I got questions, Kimmy. I got questions. But Kim, oh, and then both of my girls was on live together today. You and Sassy. I liked it there. Hey Stephanie D. So anyway, Noble, like I said, it sounds like you're trying to gaslight her. Sound like you don't appreciate. She wants you to stop drinking for your own good and smoking and all of this and all that, right? But why gaslight her? You know what I mean? And then you was talking about, um, see, Kimmy was being nice to you in the first place. But I'm gonna tell you, it sounds like you're trying to gaslight her because you don't want her to want you to stop drinking. Because you was talking about compromise, basically, and men have feelings too, and all of this and all of that. They sure have. Well, see, I agree with that. Kimmy Line's been on point, right? So you want her to acquiesce to what you want to do, which is to keep destroying yourself. But my thing is, why would Tracy want to be with somebody that she's gonna have to take care of in their final days? Like, why would you want to? Why would you want her to? And it also sounds like you want a caretaker, right? Because am I wrong? Somebody gonna have to tell me if I'm wrong or not. But did I hear Tracy say, or somebody said that when Noble was down there visiting her in San Antonio, he was pretty much drunk the whole time and smoking cigarettes every 10 minutes. So if both of your lungs are tantamount to half a lung, why would you be smoking every 10 minutes? And do you want to die of cirrhosis of the liver? I know that's right, Rhythmic Rain. Because Kimmy's live is the reason why I'm talking about this video, Noble and Tracy right now. Because I say you're trying to gaslight her. That's what it sounds like to me. And it sounds like you also is trying to play the long game. Here go my girl right here. I hope this is my girl. Let me put this thing up just in case. In case Noble mad because I got questions. Okay? I didn't want that one. I wanted this one because I got questions. Questions. Is this you,
Hey,
Kimmy?
Miss Soul. This me.
Hey, love.
Hey.
I am so child. I'm all off into the morning coffee tea, child. I hope you keep going.
Child, this
It's
was a
real.
mess this morning, though.
It's real. I'm so glad you hit this link. So let me hurry up because I got another question to ask you. Right.
Okay.
So, but as far as I really think I don't know if you agree with the king or not, but I think Noble is trying to gaslight Tracy.
Correct.
Um, because he don't want her commenting on the fact that he's an alcoholic.
Yes.
That's
He
what I feel like.
he
I
drinks
think
more than just once every now and then. That was a lie. He gets
right.
his drink on. Yeah.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yep.
Well, she said, read my comment. Well, she said, I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes Noble be saying things I agree with, like the moving without a job. I agree with that too. Yeah, why would you do that? But I have to come to the conclusion, Olivia, this is for it is for attention. He's trying to gaslight her. When he talking about some men got feelings too, do whatever. Anyway, we go right on. Yeah, you got some
Yeah.
feedback, Kimmy.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm gonna go on mute till you ask me a question, baby.
No problem. But anyway, Tracy, if I was you, I wouldn't want to end up being a caregiver for somebody that I met online, and that's another issue I got. Y'all know I'm old school and I don't understand the whole online situations thing, right? But it is what it is. But we all know that Tracy is also a writer, right? And if she only wants the best for you, why do you feel a way about it? You feel a way about it because you don't want the best for yourself. You don't want to put the bottle down, right? Or the cigarettes. Now, I understand if you don't want to leave your job or whatever, that's cool. Oh, and the last thing I had to say about that situation was, and this the gaslighting for me, and Kimmy can help me with this. So it was said that, okay, when you bottle the ring, right? You bottle the ring. It was, everybody was talking about it in the beef sector. People assumed that it was an engagement ring. Well, come to find out, now y'all correct me if I'm wrong, Kimmy. Come to find out, you and Tracy had an agreement to let people run with it, right? So if they want to think it's an engagement ring, it was actually a gift. Let them think it's an engagement ring. We gonna run with it, right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
okay, so to me, the gaslighting part was number one in telling people that y'all agreed to let people run with it. And number two, you insinuating that Tracy was trying to force you into some type of engagement.
That's the
Am I
part
making
that
that sense?
really bothered me.
Right, because that's what I figured, right? So
Yep.
that is gaslighting, in my opinion. Like, why would you do that to her and you say you care about her? And then another issue I got with it is how you gonna say you care about this girl for real, and you coming on lines and going into people member only chats and hitting links and all this and all that. You know that's a pet peeve of Tracy. Number one, and number two. Okay, I understand that the relationship, is out in public. Y'all met online. Y'all done talked to. Everybody know. In these sectors that y'all going together is public, right? But why would you share something like that? Why would you share with the people that y'all agreed to let people run with the fact that it was supposed to be an engagement ring, then turn around and say she trying to force you into an engagement? Like
Exactly.
you know what I mean, Kenny?
It was unnecessary, and that's the part that really bothered me because I was like, okay, I heard very specifically that you were fine with the engagement tea. The only reason why that engagement ring even came up again was when Noble was up on her platform yesterday. He said that as a dig to her to try to make it seem as if she was trying to force or rush him into something that he didn't want. And my goal when he showed up in members only was to clear that up. If I was
Mm-hmm.
trying to be super messy, I would have did it on my live, but I didn't. We was in
Mm-hmm.
members only, and I asked him to clarify that and clean that up because Miss
Mm-hmm.
O, that was wrong. Don't a woman want to
Yeah,
be portrayed like that?
right. I agree. That's what made me do the live today. That's what made me say that I felt like he was gaslighting her, or making her look stupid because he don't like the fact that she came out and said, in her opinion, you drink too much, you smoke too much. But if you got health
Exactly.
problems, what'd you say, Kim? I'm sorry.
I was
Go
just
ahead.
saying amen. I was just agreeing with you, Miss
Oh
O.
yeah, because clearly she cares about you. Because if she didn't care about you, then she wouldn't, say anything at all. She'll just let you, keep on with the behavior. But like I said, it sounds like you got half a lung over there between the two lungs. You got half of one, 25% of each. So, and then you probably got cirrhosis of the liver. If you ain't got it, you're gonna get it. So why are you upset? Because this woman only wants the best for you. Like I'm confused by it. Like you feel a way about that.
Uh-huh. And Miss O, don't forget that Teresa shared as well that his health, she was so concerned about his health, not because she's controlling, but because he had a collapsed lung twice
Right.
and he has COPD.
Mhm. Mhm.
And she
That's
said that he is a chronic drinker. And she said that he goes downstairs and smokes every 10 minutes.
That's what I was talking about, and that's what I meant by he got 25% of a lung between his ears. You know, and
And my
but
thing
but he
too,
feel a way about that. He was really
yes.
offended by that.
Exactly, Miss O. And my thing too, Miss O, was he got so offended by her saying that he was flipping and flopping all over shit. But Miss O, that's what he was doing. You are
Mhm.
falling out of the shower. What
Mm.
normal person would grab the shower rod? Talking about he was trying to grab the shower rod. The shower rod can't hold your black behind up. What the hell wrong with
Mm-mm.
you?
It's gonna make you fall even faster.
Child, when he said that, I hollered.
Grabbing that shower rock. Let me read this real fast. But you mad? You feel away? Tracy got a gripe about that. Okay. Boss said, Miss O, you don't think women should be securing marriage and pension material when dealing with men like no? But yes, I do. Otherwise, it's a waste of time. Yes, I do. Well, I mean, I get where you're coming from, but what woman? See, some things are immaterial to me. I would rather have a healthy man, what I mean, into somebody that rather than somebody that I have to take care of. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, let me give you an example. When I found out my husband started dealing with high blood pressure, I stopped cooking pork. Now I'm not saying he don't sneak no pork, but he don't get it in this house. Do you see what I'm saying? And he go to work every day, and he has a pension, and his work allows me to sit at home. So I got to retire early. We don't have kids or nothing. Do you see what I'm saying? And so
Yeah.
I'm not saying no, I wouldn't fool with a broke man, either. But I also don't want to be a caretaker for somebody, especially, when they refuse to better themselves. You see what I'm saying? So since I stopped
Yeah.
cooking food at home, you know what I mean? His blood pressure is stabilized. Now that's been years ago. And I also don't want to lose him, before time. Because when it comes to blood pressure in black men, it is very common, and it is the number one cause for them having like heart attacks and strokes and stuff. So because I love my husband, I'm going to try to do my part, and not only am I going, I'm going to lead by example, so to speak. So if I want him to stop eating pork and doing other things, I mean I got to do it too, and we both
Amen.
responsible for it. Because just like I don't want to caretake him, I don't want him to have to caretake me. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't understand why Noble is upset because Tracy just wants the better for him. That's
Because
the
he
part I'm
is
confused.
so immature. He's thinking that somebody's trying to control him. And I told him, I said, that ain't control, that's love.
Right.
What's wrong with you? Why aren't you receptive to that? And I think it has a lot to do with, like Tracy said, with his past relationships. And he's
Mhm.
trying to treat Tracy like the past, and he needs to move beyond that. But I think the best thing right now is for Tracy to move on and to heal, and he need to go on and stop all that smoking and drinking and focus
Mhm.
on his health and leave YouTube alone.
Okay. And stop trying to gaslight people. You know what I mean? That's not cool. And it sound like, when this all came up right here. Now I thought he was different than the what is it guy? Mm, the other one she was fooling with. I can't think of
Rob
his name.
Rack.
Yeah, him. I
Hmm.
thought he was different than him But in a way, he doing the same thing that Rob Reck was doing, which is disrespecting Tracy.
Did you hear him this morning? When he was in Teresa chat, he said, "Oh, Rob Rat got tears, and here I am, getting told off or something like that." Teresa was like, "What? Why are you comparing my reaction to what happened with Rob and the police and
Mm,
him potentially being deceased and me and you breaking up because you are a poor communicator and won't take care of yourself? Like, how's
mm.
that the same?"
It's not. Wow. What is or whatever. I don't even know. I was trying to read this thing right here. But I mean I just think he doing what Rob Reck doing. I think he trying to be a little smoother about it. You know what I mean? And then Biggie Face says Noble is childish. He sounds childish. Boss said Rob Reck is trying to get an interview. Really? Wow. And when it comes to Rob Reck, I think you feel away because Tracy moved on to Noble. But I think when it's all said and done, I really think you cared about her on one level. But then you was acting like you was in high school where everybody else talking about Tracy. So let me go and talk about her too. Like trying to save face.
Let me restart my thing, Mrs. O, because I hear myself now. So let me restart, baby.
Okay, come back, okay? Restless Face said it's weird because when a woman gets sick, the man leaves her. We seen that with B. Smith's husband. Oh wow, leaving her when she got sick. But when men get sick, they want their wives to be their CNA. I absolutely agree with that, Restless Face. And I'm assuming Tracy don't want to be in that situation. And I don't blame her. I don't blame her. You know, but he offended because the girl was telling him the truth. And then he went and start trying to gaslight her and be real petty about a ring because he know that people was gonna start speaking badly about her about the freaking ring when they agreed to let the people run with the narrative that they were engaged. Then want to turn around and say the girl trying to force him into an engagement when he know that's not true. I agree with that too, Biggie Face. I wish Tracy would stop fooling with these. It ain't nothing but dysfunctional, toxic men on these streams like this. Online. You sound like a grown kid. It is ridiculous. And Tracy, it seemed like she ride for you. She want the best for you. She working. She take care of herself. She ain't got no kids. You know what I mean? She a good woman. And I wish she wouldn't fool with these fools. But Tracy is also not stupid. She's not going to let these guys online get the better of her. And so it's going to end badly, just like it did with the Rob Rat guys. And that Rob Rat is so he worse than, I'm not even gonna say he worse than Noble. He just moved like he in high school with the name calling and all of this and all of that. It's just ridiculous. Noble wants to be YouTube famous. The same way Rob Rat want to be YouTube famous. So they're one and the same, right? Two sides of the same coin. That's what it sounds like you guys are saying. Who wants to be married to a man who is already right? Let me read this because I agree with this. Who wants to be married to a man who is already sick and have to take care of him? Nobody signed up for that. That's what I'm trying to say, just Andrew. But he gonna feel a way about that. Child. Mm-mm. Biggie Face said Noble is doing more than alcohol, in my opinion. Child, probably. Because he's very irrational. I'm not invested in any one relationship online anymore. I'm just whatever. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So sister, I don't even like to talk about it. But like I heard that in Kimmy's chat this morning, I was like, hold up. He trying to gaslight her. He feel away cause she feel away about him drinking and smoking too much. I said, child, if he don't sit down, I was proud she told Noble it was over. You can't take it. Good for her. And I hope she stick to it. You know? He eats mushrooms. Oh, you mean those mushrooms that get you high? Hey, Mia S. Miss O, I feel we all deserve love. Do you? Absolutely. No one wants to be alone. No man is a mountain for real. You know what I mean? That don't make no sense. Yeah. Also, do you think you should be judged from your past if someone should make you, if someone, if if someone should make you theirs. Now, I don't think if you are in a new relationship and you're in a relationship that somebody is judging you on your past, you know what I mean? Especially if you changed, that's not somebody that loves you. So no, I don't agree with that. Since Nova has past relationship issues. Well, Nova got baggage. And I don't think Tracy is judging him for his baggage, but she don't want to deal with his baggage either. Because what he's doing now, he's being more harmful to himself, in my opinion. And he don't like the fact that she only telling him right. He want her to settle for him being an alcoholic and having COPD, and he's still smoking cigarettes. That don't make sense to me. Yes, you haven't heard. Yes, since you haven't heard that, it is not a secret. And Big Fish shout out. Tracy has mentioned it earlier. Okay. Creole said Miss O speaks 9/13/24. It will be 3 years. Me being oh wow. Is that right, Creole? Then men out here. It will be God who showed me. So I know that's right. Wasn't no follow a doctor. I don't know. They should all be expected. Was he a follower of Dr. York? I don't know. Oh wow, that's interesting. Oh, if he was a follower of Dr. York, I'm glad she don't have no kids. Child, no ma'am. But yeah, y'all, this is what I noticed. Like I said, I don't really like to talk about the relationship storylines on here, but that Noble guy, for him to say what he said about Tracy in reference to that ring, that was just like really low to me. And I was like, wow, you really did that for real. Like you really try to gaslight that lady. That's not cool. Miss my boyfriend has diabetes and is sickly, and I tried to help him be better. Yeah, I know that's right, Mia. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Dr. B said Noble's ego enjoyed conquering the YT famous, right? The YT famous Tracy, and didn't understand the response. I agree with that, Dr. B. I agree. I agree. You have to, you know, you know, try to understand people's real true motives, right? Hey, Sassy, I enjoyed you and Kimmy on the show together this morning. You got to take time to really search out somebody's motives. Do you see what I'm saying? And when it comes to these guys on YouTube, like a Noble or a Rob Rat, like you really got to take that sort of thing, those sort of men, in my opinion, with a grain of salt, because they trying to get to where you at. And men love to compete, right? That's why that they are always in competition, right? So if you are this woman that's doing better than them online and they try to push up on you, you have to be cognizant of the fact that they are in competition with you. Whether they want to try to sweet talk you or not, they are in competition with you. And because they are in competition with you and you are the one that's doing better, that means they are 9 times out of 10 clout chasing off of you. So you have to consider that, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. Like I said, I might be old school about the whole online dating situation, but when it comes to these YouTube streets and these guys making videos just like you making videos, honey, they clout chasing off of you if you are the one that's doing better, in my opinion. And also, in my opinion, you don't have to talk to anything that's coming towards you, Tracy. Now, there ain't nothing wrong with wanting to be with somebody, but I would rather take a chance with somebody out in the world. Like somebody, hey Journey, somebody said earlier that he didn't want to leave his job. And I don't blame him, making $30 an hour for coming down to where she live and making $11 an hour. I don't blame that either. I don't blame him for that either. You know what I mean? But if you're not wanting to, if you're not wanting to do that, you need to make it plain. You know, And as far as Tracy, I guess it would never work out if he don't want to leave, because I sure wouldn't go want to go be with him. Because never would I ever put myself in a situation like that, especially if it's somebody I met online. Francis Thibodeau said a woman should not bounce a man on her knee. Right. Let his mother do that. I agree with that. I agree with that. Absolutely. I think that's key. Don't accept an old man that comes along. Right. Any old man that comes along. Right, right. We have to be, yes, we have to be selective. You have to have boundaries. If you're not willing to deal with some things like disrespect and everything else that's derogatory, you need to be make it known. You need to make it be known up front. Because it's disrespectful to go to in my opinion, to go to somebody, another woman's members only chat, and have all these grievances. Let the world know about all these so-called grievances that you have for Tracy. Like, why would you do that? You're looking for sympathy. And then you tell me some men got feelings too. Boy, if you don't sit down with that ain't nothing but game. That's all that is. Game. Hey, Sheffy. So that's really what I wanted to say. That's the only reason why I want to speak about that. Cause dude, you halfway, you got a foot and a half in the grave, and you want to come on here and you still trying to run game? That's why you by yourself. See, a lot of men like that find themselves alone later on in age. They find themselves alone because they have disrespected and played women all of their lives. And you find yourself alone. And you never change that pattern. You know, it's a miserable game. It sure is. Mia said, I agree. She said, Child, Miss O, you need to have a lady's love. I said, I know that's right. I know that's right. Because when you love yourself, you set boundaries for what you will and will not accept, what you will not and will not do. Because I be damned. Now, at the point in time, and I'm sure Tracy know, Tracy knew he probably had, health problems before she started talking to him. That would have been a no for me. Because what I'm not going to be is your nanny or your caretaker. And you old as hell. No. Now, I can see if we was married for 20 years, 20, 30 years, then okay. For you, says this commentary on this channel. It's real talk, in my opinion. Because it's about boundaries. Francis says the Bible says, write a vision and make it plain. I know that's right, Francis. That's true, but stand by your boundaries. Absolutely stand by your boundaries. Don't try to get with someone and try to change them. That would and you know what? I agree with that. But clearly Tracy didn't have that boundary. That's why I'm saying she needed to set boundaries. Because she met the guy and maybe she didn't realize that the problem was as bad as it was until he came down there to spend some time with her. And so after he spent some time with her, she now realizes that, hey, I don't like this about him. So I'm going to talk to him about it. And then he didn't appreciate it. And so, yeah. Now, one boundary that I would have if I were single is I wouldn't fool with nobody online. Like, it don't make no sense to me. Especially another content creator that's pushing up on me and they're not doing as good as I'm doing, because that's gonna make me think you clout chasing me. Miss O would have a great talk show for with. Oh, thank you, cockeyed superstar. Yeah, that's gonna make me think you clout chasing on me. Or you trying to run some kind of game. So I wouldn't listen to any of that if it were me. you know. And maybe and then y'all said earlier that Tracy said, they broke up or whatever. Good. I hope it stay that way. But Tracy's probably still talking about it because he's still talking about it. You gotta defend yourself. Like, what are you supposed to do? Just let this nigga say whatever he wanna say? I think not. We know Tracy better than that. Kimmy, you wanna be I got you. You can click off or stay on. Okay. Oh, well, I thought I added her.
There we go.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead,
Is that
Kimmy.
is that better?
Yeah, it's fine. Oh yeah, it's fine now.
Okay. I had to switch to my MacBook. Miss O, when I tell you you are 1000% on point, I agree with you wholeheartedly. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. I told my husband, I said, let me tell you something. I do YouTube. So he knew I did YouTube part
Mm-hmm.
time. But I
Mm-hmm.
told him, I said, now let me tell you something. Oh, you got somebody else
Yeah,
backstage?
Creole butterfly. Hold on, let me see
Hey,
if it's make
Creole.
sure.
Hey,
Creole.
it's me. Hey, Kimmy. Hey, Miss Olivia.
Hey, love.
But I told him, y'all, I said, listen, I do YouTube. I said, but I don't want an online relationship. I said, my personal life and what I do on YouTube are two completely different things. I don't want you
Mm-hmm.
interacting. I don't want you a part of. I don't want you engaged in any way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it worked out. I don't want a man on YouTube unless
Mm-hmm.
he have 100,000. He have to have far more exposure than me for me to be
Mm-hmm.
okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, because it's too many complications that go along with it, and
Mm-hmm.
people get your clout confused, Miss O, and then
Mm-hmm.
your clout becomes their clout.
Mm-hmm. 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 Especially in a situation like this, guys. Tracy is the one that is doing better than Rob Rack and Noble. Hey, Ron P. Hey, Miss LA. You know what I mean? So by him gaslighting her, by him saying all of these things. I'm gonna let 1 second, Creole. I thank you for coming up. But I agree with you, Kimmy.
No
And
problem.
when it comes to me and my husband, we got different hobbies. You said this is my hobby. Just like my husband, he don't do online, he don't do Facebook, he don't even like to do text messages. Okay, he old school. He more old school than me, right?
Hmm.
And but he don't like this online thing at all, and he be side eyeing me. And if I wasn't getting a little change out of it, he just be saying something every day. Okay, I'm gonna keep it a buck, right? And so, but just like in his hobby, is he go out in his shed after work and he do his woodwork, right? I don't interfere with his hobby, and he don't interfere with mine because that would create competition. Do you see what I'm saying? And men are very
Hmm.
competitive. And when it comes to this, in my opinion, whether they mean to start out being competitive or not, it's going to end up. Why do you think it is not stars like entertainers? Like if you go marry an entertainer, just you're an entertainer, right? You are a Zendaya, right? And Zendaya is with this guy, the little white boy. I can't think of his name. Now, if she start doing better than him, it's gonna become a competition. He gonna feel a way about it, right? But if he do better than her, 9 times out of 10, she gonna be happy for him. But as long as he doing better than her, it's cool. But as soon as she start doing better than him, it's now gonna become competition because men are very competitive. That's my opinion, Kim.
I agree with that. I agree with it wholeheartedly. And I think you have to have that conversation up front so
Mm-hmm.
that there's never, ever any confusion. This is my thing. You have
Mm-hmm.
your thing. I support
Mm-hmm.
you. You can support me from a
Mm-hmm.
distance.
I agree. I agree with that. I agree. That's called
Amen.
compromise. You know. Hey, Creole,
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
It's okay,
How
boo.
you doing?
You know what? My internet sucks. I am doing fine. I've been trying to get up here ever since Kimmy left out. It is so funny. But anyway, anytime I get a chance to talk about a good man, honey, I
Mm-hmm.
gotta just throw my little bit in there, honey. My husband was great. Yes, we had our ups and downs, but I had a good husband. I really did. And like you said, my husband, honey, he retired me a year before he died. We had made plans to move and everything. So, when you are used to being treated as the queen that you are, you will not settle for any poppers. And I have people that
Mm-hmm.
always want to try to set me up now. Because you can't pick a man for you. What I want you to try to pick a man for me
Mm-hmm.
for. I ain't never had a problem
Mm-hmm.
getting no man. And it's not that I can't get
Mm-hmm.
one now, but the caliber of men I see these days, they want to be what I am,
Mm-hmm.
which is a woman. And if they ain't
Mm-hmm.
half crazy, they don't know who they are. I just know it'll really, I'm
Mm-hmm.
being honest with you. Gotta really have to show this man me like he did my last husband, and we'll have to go
Mm-hmm.
from there. But as far as on YouTube and all that, I don't want no man like that. I don't. Whenever you spend too much time on social media, what aren't you doing? Because it's other things to be doing. So that's just my little input.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree. You know what I mean? And then, uh, like God forbid that one what you're saying. One of the reasons why, when I was telling you about that high blood pressure thing, right? is because
Mhm.
I'm not ready for my husband to go nowhere. Do you see what I'm saying? And I know he not
Okay.
ready for me to go nowhere. And I mean, and then when it comes to marriage, it's hard. And Kimmy in the new marriage,
Yeah.
and Kimmy, and I know you know this because we all grown, but it's hard when it comes to
Yeah.
compromise, right? Because the number one thing, in my opinion, in a relationship is compromise, is reciprocity, right? You give a little, I give a little, you give a lot, I give a lot, but in the
Uh-huh.
middle we compromise because it's hard to live with somebody, right? Love ain't no fairy tale. Being married ain't no fairy tale. I don't care how many of these women get on here and act like they got this love story going on. No, honey, it's hard to be married. Okay,
Yes, it is.
it's hard, and you got to choose your battles when it come to men because you don't want to, override them. You know what I mean? Too much because you don't want to hurt nobody's ego. But then you gotta have a boundary because you're not gonna let them override you either. Because contrary to popular demand, I don't care what these men say online. Men don't like submissive women unless they got an inferiority complex about themselves. You got to give some pushback, right? So when I heard
Absolutely.
Tracy trying to, say, hey, Noble, I know you got health problems and I really care about you. Why don't you consider, if you would just cut back, on the drinking and the smoking because you are already you suffering health wise because of these issues right here, right? That means she care about you, you know, because if she didn't care about you, she'd be like, cool, do what you do. You know what I mean? She care about you. So, but for you to lash out the way that you
He
did and try to
doesn't.
embarrass her about that
Here's
ring
the
situation,
thing. He doesn't want her to care about him.
hmm I agree, because he took offense to it. That's what I
He
was trying
doesn't
to
want her to
say.
care about him.
Yeah, he took offense to it, Creole,
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
if he didn't, he wouldn't
Yeah.
try to gaslight her. And what he did, and why Kimmy was upset, Kimmy said, like, hold up, dude, you lying, you lying out here to the peoples. You said A, B, and C yesterday. You know what I mean? Now, granted, old girl got up there and clicked the link and said, no, he was talking to somebody in the chat. But for you to even be trying to talk to somebody like that in the chat, it's still gaslighting her about this ring situation when y'all agreed.
Exactly.
Yeah, when y'all agreed to let people run with their own theories about the ring, you
Hmm.
agreed to that. Then you want to turn it around and say, "Oh, she pressured me into an engagement," when you know that ain't the truth. That's gaslighting.
Say that, Miss, and that part. And you know what? I let it when Coolin came up there and when Choreo came up there, I let it go. But I saw his responses to me in the chat.
Hmm.
He may have been talking to them at one point, but then he started directing his comments to me. And it's
Hmm.
not until
Yep.
I said, "Oh no,
Yes.
hold on one second. Let me get these receipts, baby, because this ain't what we finna do." Is when he starts saying, "Well, when did I call you a liar? Or when did I call you a liar? You
Hmm.
better get it straight."
Because you was getting ready to play the receipts, and so he tried to walk it back. And he did walk it back
Yeah.
because you were calling him straight up on his crap and let people listen to his own words. See, he don't want that. Um, he didn't want that to happen. So, like you said, you is commenting on me at some point. But hold up, I got the video. I got the
Miss
audio.
Miss O, I promise you, because he was talking, going back and forth with people in the chat, but then he started directing his comments to me, and it
Right.
was not until I got angry and Sassy was up there, and I started getting angrier, and I said, "Well, Sassy, go ahead and take the panel, baby, while I listen to the video." Well, I'm
Hmm.
listening to it to find the timestamp on my
Hmm.
side, and I
Hmm.
intentionally stopped it when I did because
Hmm.
he kind of went into some sensitive information that I didn't want discussed in front of
Right.
everybody. And I
Right.
even told him on my live in the members only, I said, "Do not discuss anything here that has not already been publicly discussed." So
Right.
that's why I was like, "You better not push me." And that's why I gave
Hmm.
him another chance and was like, "Don't push me. Are you saying that I'm lying? Yes or no?" He backed it up and I let it
Hmm.
go.
Yep.
But Miss O, he was directing those comments to me.
I know. I
Yes, he
know. That's the
was.
reason why we have this
Yes, he was.
conversation right now. And Sassy even said, that's why I put it on the thing. She said it wasn't my panel, so I just let it go. But girl, we can see. You see what I'm saying? Sassy saw the same thing. Like you wasn't
Yes.
even you like you was being obvious. Maybe you thought you was doing something and nobody knew that you was trying to gaslight her. But people, I even noticed it. Sassy just said she noticed it, and of course, it's Kimmy's live. She obviously knows it because she can ready to play your words back for you. My thing is, why would you do that to her? Why would you do that when
Right.
you agreed to letting people run with their own narratives? That don't make sense to me. That's dirty to me. That's
Exactly.
hateful.
And we all are women of a particular age. Don't nobody want that narrative out there. You can say you don't care about what people say on YouTube, but come on, Miss O and Creole and everybody. Come on now. You don't
Yeah,
want that narrative out there talking about
Yeah. Yeah.
you out here trying to push that man into marriage and that man
right.
didn't want you and that
Yeah,
was a mess and that needed to be cleaned up. And again, the
yeah.
only way that came up was
Yeah.
because of him. And let me just say something else, Miss O. I don't know if you had touched on this yet, sister. Did you get touch on the part about him clicking Rob Rack link?
No, I didn't even know he clicked Rob Rat Link.
Baby.
What
Mm.
happened?
Okay, multiple one of many of us had saw that he had clicked Rob Rat link. He did not
Mm.
click Rob Rat link once. He did not he tried to click Rob Rat link many times over
Wow.
the time that Rob has been back, but he lied and said it wasn't him. I was like, okay, I'm gonna let this go, but brother, we all saw it.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Yeah, it was
So
him. It was him.
my thing is when Rob Rat first came back and he found out the Teresa and Noble situation, wasn't he throwing shots at Rob? Wasn't Rob Rat throwing shots at him as well while he's continuing to speak very derogatorily about Teresa? Or am I
Yep.
mistaken?
Yep.
Wow. But yet and still you want to click his link. But yet and still you say you care about Teresa. Okay.
And the
Okay.
thing is that it's like, okay, you click if you had clicked the link one time and they said it was a troll, I don't have no problem with it. But it's been consistently over the course of the time that he's been out. And the times that he
Yep.
has clicked the link has always coincided to a time that he was so called pissed off with Tracy or something was going on publicly between
With
him and
Tracy.
Tracy all the
Wow.
time, Miss O. It was never a
Yep.
time that him and Tracy was good. It was always a time where him and Tracy was bickering or arguing, or something happened publicly that he was over there trying to click the link.
Wow. So that's tantamount to him
That's
embarrassing
true,
Tracy. Do
Kimmy.
you agree? Wow.
Miss O, I didn't even bring it out. Sassy brought it out because Sassy said she thought everybody knew it and she thought that Tracy knew it. Tracy had just found out when Sassy put it in the chat. And then I had to come back in and say, Sassy not lying, because people was in there trying to accuse Sassy of lying. I'm like, Sassy's not lying. Then Dr. LaShawnia came in and said, no, that's true. They're not lying. I mean, it was multiple people that saw the same thing. So
Wow.
it bothered me that he did that too. It really bothered me.
Wow. So Tracy got to realize that sometimes people it just ain't for you. You see what I'm saying? And he is not for her clearly if he doing stuff like that. He's straight up disrespecting you, Tracy. And he acting like so when y'all get into it, he gonna run over there to Rob Reck and side with Rob Rack. So because he know Rob Rack is gonna start going in and being very vicious. But you don't want to be that vicious as Rob Rack is being. So you're gonna click his link and let him say all the words let him spew the viciousness and the disrespect. Biggie Face and Noble blames Tracy for him getting doxxed, but he put his own info out. Is that true?
Yes, ma'am. That came out
Yes.
too.
Then he
He was
tried to clean
arguing
it
with
up.
her.
Yep.
Yes, yes,
Oh
he was
wow,
arguing with her, saying that it was her fault. She said that they had even argued behind the scenes
oh,
about this and that it was her fault that he was dogs, baby.
what?
But he put
Wow,
his own information out there, Miss O.
wow. Now I didn't even know that part. My God, Tracy, he is not for you. He playing in your face, girl. That's what he doing. He playing in your face and he clout chasing. And if you through with him, you need to be through with him. But I understand now why Tracy keep going live, talking about he hitting the links and stuff because
Yep.
she knows what he's doing, you know. And I know she a rider and she a good person and she wants the best for him. But Tracy, clearly he don't mind embarrassing you. Why would he click Robert link every time y'all get into it if he's not trying to embarrass you? Because it sounds like him and Rob Rat is under the same train of thought. Let's clout chase off for Tracy. So my thing for you is what is his name? Noble. Are you trying to play the long game? You trying to play the game better than Rob Rat played the game? Like what's really going on for real? Because it let me know that you was full of stuff when you try to spin that narrative that Tracy was trying to force you, into a marriage, but y'all agree to let people run with the narratives. I can't get over that part right there, because it is nothing worse that you can say about a woman. It's just like you calling her thirsty or you calling her desperate. When you know that is
Right.
not the case.
Mm-hmm.
That is
That's a good
very
point.
embarrassing. You don't do stuff like that if you care about a woman. You don't do that. And for the fact that Kimmy had to go as far as threatening to out the members only live when she don't put her members only live on display, that tells me that you don't mean her no good. Because you try to walk it back. Like I said, that's the
Um,
reason why we having a video today. I don't want Tracy or no other woman being debased in that manner. Ain't nobody got to be desperate for no drunk. Ain't nobody
Okay.
got to be desperate for nobody that got 25% of a lung. Ain't no woman desperate enough that I know that is willing to be a caretaker because you got 1.5 foot in the grave and you still want to play like you Mac Daddy or you something to be chased after when you gonna need somebody lifting you up to the bathroom.
Whoa.
That don't make sense to me. Now y'all excuse me if I'm wrong, but that's the way I feel
No,
about
it's
it.
okay.
Lord have mercy. Ooh, child.
child, it was a mess. And then, okay, I think Wild Seed clarified it for you, Miss O. He said,
Mm-hmm.
"You're not crying for me like you did for Rob." Tracy said,
Mm-hmm.
"Fool, I witnessed the authorities pull a draw their items back, and I thought I was going to see him no longer be
Right.
here in my face." She said, "Do you know how
Mm-hmm.
traumatic that is? That is nothing to do with what you got going on."
Right.
And why you
Wow.
compare? Why do you feel the need to compare yourself to somebody? That's
That's
weird.
true. Mm-hmm. 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 Like I said, men are very competitive, and they are both. They both don't do as well as Tracy do. So when him and Tracy get into it, this is the way I see it. When him and Tracy get into it, and he tries to hit Rob Rex link, it's like he wants a partner in crime. Do you see what I'm saying? You know how some men, um, that they conspire to play a woman, right? And it's like he's attempted to do that, if that makes sense. But when him and Tracy not arguing, they cool, they copacetic, but he's still playing game. But soon as she call him out on something that's real, he gonna run over to Rob Rat, you know, and try and when you running over to Rob Rat, it's like you agreeing to every derogatory thing that Rob Rat has always said about Tracy. So that's just how I feel about it. I don't know if that's how y'all feel about it, but that's how I feel about it. You know. So it's just crazy to me. Trey says he's been
I'm just
comparing himself.
grateful. I'm
I'm sorry, go
grateful
ahead.
that Tracy knew her worth and was like, "No, you can't communicate with me, so I don't have no. We can't be together." I was just glad she said that because a lot of women would have
Mm,
kept going along just to have somebody. So, I mean,
mm. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
don't nobody want nobody that's half dead. But you're right about that though. You have to know your worth. And for me, part of you knowing your worth is not fooling with these guys online, especially these type of guys like a Rob Rack or a. So I'm wondering. I got a question for y'all. Did Tracy know that he was an alcoholic
No.
before she started talking to him?
Mm-mm. Because he told her he drank here and there.
Oh.
She
Oh
didn't
wow.
know. She didn't know that he drunk more than what he said he drunk. She gave
Mm.
him the benefit of the doubt based on, of course, what he said.
What
Mm-hmm.
he said, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she didn't know that, Miss O. She didn't know.
Wow.
She found a lot of that stuff out after they began spending time together. But the part about the
Mm-hmm.
job thing, I was trying to clear that up yesterday in members only too, because it does make it seem like Tracy was just trying to force him to leave everything behind and come over there with her. Did y'all not hear when she said, I I found out through, because she does hair, she come
Mm.
in contact with all kind of people. So she
Yep.
had a
Yep.
line on a few jobs for him, but all of the jobs that she had lined up for him were jobs that required him to stop smoking marijuana,
Smoking. Come on.
Mm.
Yes.
stop smoking reefer
Mm.
until, and then so, but she had literally found him a job. All he had to do was come visit her, take go through the application process and pass the drug test. He had the job. When
Mm.
she
Mm.
discussed it with him, he said, oh well, no, I ain't finna stop smoking. I'll just let me know when I got to do the drug test and I'll drink something so I can beat the test.
Mm.
And she said,
Yes.
absolutely not. Because the
Yep.
thing is, and this is the part that nobody is considering. When you put yourself out on the line, Tracy is making contacts and connects with customers and people that she's doing business with.
Tell it,
She
Mm.
Kimmy.
putting
Come on.
herself out on the line saying, hey, can you give my man, my partner, an opportunity? And then you going, after she did all of that, then you gonna go and drink something to try to beat a drug. You know how stupid that would make her look? So
Yeah.
she said, hello, absolutely not. What I'm going to need you to do is to stop smoking altogether so then we don't have to go through that. So this whole narrative about him not having a job and she didn't care about him not having a job, that is a lie. She had
Wow. Right.
literally lined up a position, several opportunities for him, and he took none of them because he was not willing to stop smoking.
Come on.
Wow.
Yes. Thank you, Kimmy.
Wow.
Yes. I thought I
Wow.
was the
Thank you,
only one
Dr.
peeped
Sandy.
that.
Wow. So he
Mm-hmm.
don't want to do better. He don't want better. But uh, now, see, here's the thing. Tracy done did all this and all that to try to line you up for a job, and cause
Mm-hmm.
nobody wants. So of course she wasn't implying that she want him to come down there and not work or anything like that, which is what it seemed like he was trying to make it be. But
Yep.
she done lined you up several jobs, and you really care about her. And you saying you want to move with her, but you don't want to stop smoking marijuana so that you can get one of these jobs, but you're concerned about the job that you got now, which means that you willing to work, but you're just not willing to work with Tracy. Like I'm confused.
And she literally said that. Like she was like, you don't even have any faith in yourself. And
Right.
people kept making it seem as if she was trying to say he didn't have enough faith in himself, because she wanted him to move without a job and not to have nothing. That's not
Mm.
it.
Right.
She said, you don't even have enough faith in yourself to believe in yourself enough to get the job. Meaning,
Right.
stop smoking weed,
Right.
invest in yourself,
Right.
bet on yourself enough. That
Yeah.
was one job that he said, oh, I looked at one job. Remember, he said, I looked at one job and the
Mm.
salary was this. There
Right.
was more than one opportunity available. He would have had to stop smoking because the laws in Texas, as far as reefer is concerned, is different than the laws in Detroit, in
Mm-hmm.
Michigan.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all
Wow.
can stop with that narrative talking about that she just wanted him, like, but he keeps perpetuating that narrative, Miss O.
Right.
He will not
Right.
stop saying it. Everywhere he goes, this is what he says. And then members only, I called him out on that and was like, I understand what you're saying, that you want to be a stand-up man, and I admire that, but this is not what that is. Y'all
Right.
had a plan. You didn't adhere to any of the plans. If
Right.
you knew that one of the conditions of you moving when y'all had this discussion was for you to save money,
Right.
And then when it's come time and you say, oh, well, we need to push the time back from December, she agreed with that. They talked through it. Okay, so you want to save X amount of dollars before you get here. You need to stop smoking so that you can take one of these opportunities I done lined up for you. And when he had the conversation with her again, when he had that conversation with her again, y'all, Tracy wanted to know, and this is me saying this. Tracy wanted to know, okay, you saying that you not gonna come in February. How much have you saved? How
Right.
much have you
Right.
saved?
Right.
Toward the goal that we discussed. You
Mm-hmm.
ain't saved nothing toward the goal. So of
Mm.
course I would say, well, you know what? Don't worry about it. We could cancel it all together because it's one thing if you've met that part of our deal. You've met no part of the deal. You not stopped smoking. You drinking your kneecaps off. You ain't
Mm.
saved the money. So
Mm.
why would I believe that we're gonna? Why would I continue to just keep this going when you're not
Mhm.
holding up your end of the bargain?
Right, which is actually answering this question there from somebody in the chat, because this person named Blossom said, "Oh my God, LOL, the man did not want to move. Apparently, I agree. He clearly didn't want to move. Apparently, but if you don't want to move, why don't you say that, Tracy? I don't want to move
Right.
to
Be a
Texas.
man about
You
it.
ain't got to worry about me getting a job because I don't want to leave my job. I don't want to leave my situation. Just tell her that. Don't have her keep thinking that you are eventually going to move, saying you saving money. They'll come to find out you really ain't saving money. You know what I mean? Don't keep leading her along. Why are you leading her along? You leading her along because it sounded like you clout chasing. Because when you
Exactly.
say you, then you're not a man of your word. Because if you was a man of your word and you knew, and say you was willing to, you was okay. I'm in love. I'm gonna save this money, so I'm gonna be straight. When we get down here, long enough for me to find a job. I know you lining me up something, but I'm gonna have money in my pocket, until I can get going good on this job, right? That means you are wanting to move with her. But say, for instance, you change your mind in the middle, right? Okay, so I don't want to move now. So if you changed your mind, what you should do is being a stand up guy if you're a man of your word. Tracy, I changed my mind. I want us to still be in a long distance relationship, but I'm not ready to move right now. That's how you be a stand up person. You don't go around gaslighting and sneaking and clicking links and talking about her and wanting the people to think that she's basically begging you to move. She thirsty for you to get down there, whether you got a job or not, whether you got money or not. You spinning a narrative, like you making it seem
Right.
like she's desperate for you, and that is just not the case. Why would you do
It's
that?
like he wants everybody to think the worst of her.
Right. Right. That's what I'm saying. So when Kimmy was doing her live this morning and she seen what he was trying to do, he really had to try to hurry up and turn it around, because see, if Kimmy would have played that live
Baby,
for everybody to hear, and Tracy would have heard that out loud in front of everybody, I think that she would have clicked over on his butt
she would
and
have
said
cussed them
more
out.
about him that she been saying. That's what I think. And
She
he
would
didn't
have
want to
cussed
say
them out because it's another
it.
part in there too. Might as
Hmm.
well talk about it. It's another part in there where he came up with a whole different excuse as
Oh
to
wow.
why he was trying to stall moving.
Mm.
A
Mm.
whole different excuse. In that live, he says that his other excuse was he was trying to wait for his profit sharing check.
Mm. This professor shit.
Then he turned around and said, "Oh well, no, I got the money right now." So see, that I was like, "You don't want me to play this? Like, are
Right.
you calling me a liar?" I'm doubling down on this before I hit the go button because she is going to drag the f out of you.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, he didn't want you to play. He didn't want you to play that live. It would have just blew the club up if you would have played that live. So he tried to turn it around, but he waiting for his profit sharing check.
He waiting for his profit sharing check, Miss O. Girl, I had to squeeze my butt cheeks. I don't know what happened, Miss O. When I get tense or somebody say something that's real stupid or somebody like real ugly or something, I
Uh-huh.
squeeze my butt cheeks. I don't know why I do that.
I was just saying that this morning. Princess said I really like how Miss O like Kimmy. Um, It's genuine. Yeah, I like Kimmy. I really like Kimmy.
She always
That's how I
supported
feel
me.
about Miss
Hmm.
Pamela, aka a View. Yeah, I really Kimmy know I like her.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I mean? And I
Oh
didn't
yeah.
even realize I liked you. We talked about this before until you got
Hmm.
away from around her at Blurp.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And Miss O
Mhm.
gave me a chance to try. We done hit it all. She my friend in my head.
Yeah, you my friend in my head too. You somebody. It's not a lot of people that I would sit with like for real offline, and Kimmy is one of them. Sassy Show is one of them. Miss Creole is one of them. I like
Hmm.
women that have the
Thank
ability
you.
to think for themselves and not act like a dumb ghetto hot hood rat mess.
I'm
Now it
trying to
ain't nothing
tell you.
wrong with us getting battered. You know what I mean? But you ain't got to be that for real 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. At some point in
Yeah.
time, you gotta act your age, honey, and
Yeah.
not your shoe size, okay?
Say that, Miss O.
Come on.
And you know
Come
what?
on.
I like dealing with Miss O too because she a woman of a particular age and she gets it. She
Yeah, I
gets
get
it.
it.
Okay.
I get it. And I realize that life ain't perfect and we all go through something. You know what I mean?
You know
And
that.
What tripped me out is when you say, I got questions. I
girl,
got
I got
questions.
questions.
I was
When that
rolling when
thing
I
hit,
said,
I got questions. I be like, Lord have mercy. Well, here we go, baby. The other day, Miss O was sitting on the panel. Miss O had she was laying them questions out, baby. I was like, go ahead, Miss O. Ask them,
Dang.
baby.
Because I don't be understanding, Kimmy. I don't be. It's just like you probably did. I don't know if you heard me when I was why Ness was going so hard on you when you was trying to bring them to some type of resolution. I'm like, huh?
Child, you know
I was
what?
like, what the hell?
You know
Child.
what? That thing there. When I tell you, I will never again.
Mm,
I would never again. That thing. When I tell you that thing genuinely hurt my feelings, and
I
then I
know
got
it did.
frustrated with myself that it genuinely hurt my feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Woo, child, that thing. I said I told this heat, and I told them in members only. I will never acknowledge, talk
Mm-hmm.
to, engagement with her. Never again. There's nothing she could say, and I
Yeah.
ain't even mad with her. But now
Yeah.
I see what it gives.
Yeah. Yeah. You see what it gives. That's right. That's
you know,
right.
my
And I'm
philosophy
like,
is this. My philosophy is I may not be the smartest the smartest or the sharpest pencil in the box, and I may not know a lot about a lot, but I do know how a person makes me feel. And if you're a
mm-hmm.
person and you affect how I feel, you try to interrupt my peace, I can't deal with you,
Mm-hmm.
and I won't deal with you.
Exactly.
You're
Exactly.
not gonna smack me, put chewing gum in my hair, throw dirt on my
Mm-hmm.
clean dress, and then talk about we friends. No, we not.
Mm. Mm. I know that's right. I agree with that. That's what Noble is doing, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, you see, that was a good analogy. You're absolutely right about that. But yeah, she did take her anger out on the wrong person, Tiffy Banks, because that smoke that she gave Kimmy was just not called for. But I don't know if she was really talking to herself or talking to this heat. But Kimmy felt, my feelings would have been hurt too when I'm trying to broker a deal because she talking about something she want to do something to this heat was talking about she want to do something to Ness. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And she trying to broker a deal for you, and then you gonna give her all that smoke unjustified? Really, child? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Biggie Face and Ness and Voodoo was back canoodling last night. And I said he back now because Ness trying to beef. Oh, with Kimmy, Ness moving funny. Wow, wow.
And Miss
Mm-mm.
O, you've been around YouTube long enough to know when you become that person, you don't ever you it fizzles out after a while. Like
Mm-hmm.
she's her own worst enemy. There's nothing I
Mm-hmm.
need to say or do to her. She'll do it to herself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it always happens. That's what's happening to the spaceship right now. By the way, too, it's fizzling out, one dimensional.
You know what?
Everybody
I
know the
haven't been
feeling.
over there. Why you say that, Miss O? I ain't been up. You know I don't go over there now. So what happened?
Well, I don't really go over there either, but the fact that everybody's not talking about her anymore, or what then went on the panel, leads me to believe that they done got used to it. Now they tired of it. It was cute at first, but now they tired of it. So you get tired of content creators like that because they have no depth. Do you see what I'm saying? And it's you really not content creating when you're moving like that. Like what you do is content create. Do you see what I'm saying, Kimmy? But then you got those that that they are really not content creating. They just stirring the tea and they are train wreck. And we know in the beef sector, like I said it before, everybody love a train wreck until the next train wreck happen. And so they sick of the spaceships train wreck, and now they on to the next train wreck, and there'll be another train wreck after the next train wreck. Like you said, she'll fizzle out too, you know. And so that's just how it is. Biggie Face said the spaceship is dead. It's TMO and Nina hangout spot now. Oh, is that the newest train wreck? Because TMO, she's a train wreck as well. I don't mean
Oh,
no harm. And the fact that she sits up there with Nina, uh, that's who you gonna choose to have your back says a lot. And I also talked about Kimmy when you mentioned that she tried to get something started between you and Sean Bradley and James
mm-hmm.
Caldwell, saying you didn't like them, but that is not true. And then Sean Bradley came back and made the video saying Kimmy is one of my favorite content creators. I thought that was real lame right there. You know what I mean? And
I
so, and
mean,
I'm
why
I'm
would
glad that
she
you
do that though? Like,
just for
Miss
no
O,
reason.
what is her problem?
She don't appreciate you telling the truth about her. And now
Child.
she got a vendetta, just like Blurt. They got vendettas, but they
They
really got vendettas against themselves. They don't like. See, a lot of people don't like me because they know I do commentary. I don't have to beef. I'm gonna tell you what I think about it, and I'm gonna move it right along. But I ain't never changing it because that's what I mean. And 9 times out of 10, it's the truth. And you ain't gotta be psychic. You ain't gotta be no oracle, which that ain't even I call myself the oracle. All you gotta do is look at some people and you can see the dysfunction. I mean, they not even try to hide it. It's just like when you was talking about ugly people be so bothered, sassy a mess. But you know what? I'm gonna tell y'all something, Kimmy and
Mhm,
Creole. I told my niece one time, she grown now, right? They
mhm,
used to pick on her, pick and pick and pick and pick and pick. Now she high yellow. She like a ghost right now because it's winter. But she used to go to school, and this was when they was still this why they don't bus ride no more, right? The ones that
mhm,
we stopped the bus riding with the ones that's grown now, and they absolutely this new crew that's in school. My nieces and nephews, we didn't even start the bus riding thing, right? So they used to pick and pick and pick with the girl, pretty girl, right?
mm,
And the other girls that was not so cute after I didn't even know they wasn't that cute at first, and someone wasn't even that ugly. It's about how you feel on the inside. Now it's bad when you ugly on the inside and on the outside, and you
mhm,
messing with
Facts.
somebody
It's a
just
struggle.
because you
It's a
feel like
struggle.
they look better than you. You see what I'm saying? So I told my niece one time, I said, you know why they don't like you? They simply don't like you and they don't know you because you're pretty and they feel like they ugly. But honey, that is a personal problem. They need to get with your mama about that because your mama created you. And that's what you tell them the next time they start trying to pull your hair or push you around and all this. It ain't your fault. You tell them that your auntie said it ain't your fault because you pretty. It's your mama's fault. And if they ugly, it's their mama fault. And they need to and they need to deal with it.
that's
Mind
right.
you, Kimmy, I did not realize that the girl was gonna get on the bus and say that for real.
Yes, she is, cause hey, Auntie O had done told her what to say, and that's what she was going with.
Girl, she said it for real. They got to fighting on the school bus. I said, Lord have mercy. So they was fighting on the school bus. We had to go. We had to go to the school the next day, and then I had to have words with the principal because I told him that, hey, if y'all was really worried about what was going on in the school bus, y'all wouldn't be letting them harass her like that. And she tried not trying to bother nobody. And then when she turn around and do what she got to do to them because they got her mistaken because they think she can't fight. Now you want to suspend her off the bus, but they've been messing with her since she been riding the bus. Why does she have to be punished for defending herself? You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
And so,
Yep.
but we stopped, and she took her little punishment though. But they didn't mess with her no more, and we didn't bus ride no more. But I'm telling that story just to say some people is inside, outside, outside, and inside ugly. So when you
Yeah.
saying what you saying about TMO, she knows it's the truth, and she don't want to hear the truth.
She is ridiculous.
She
I'm
make
like,
me
girl, the
mad
fact
because
Huh?
I'm sorry, I was saying she makes me mad. She makes dark skinned women like me just, she makes me mad because I'm not inferior to no one. I don't care who you are.
Exactly.
I don't, you can be
Exactly.
Beyonce and, and the
Exactly.
fact that everything is color, everything, and some of it is
It's
your
sad.
character and your attitude. It sucks.
Right.
Amen. Amen. And that's the thing. I was like, girl, you're not likable. Like, let's just
You're
call
simply
it
not
what it
likable.
is. And she could have been any shade of black and she
Yes.
still would have been ugly.
Yes, you touched on that this morning. I said, you know what, Kimmy, you are absolutely right about that. It don't matter if what like you said, you could be translucent and you still not gonna be likable. You still gonna be who you are. That's a personal problem, and you really using your skin tone as a crutch. So your issue is not
Mhm.
even colorism. Your issue is the fact that you're using that as a crutch, and then darker hued women ought to be offended by the fact that you are using that as a crutch. You are trying to say that these women are being colorist to you when actually that is not what's going on. You're simply using it as a crutch. You're using it to victimize yourself when you know that ain't what's going on. They don't like you because you're not likable.
Well,
Period.
Amen. Now you said that. You said it beautifully, and that's the whole thing. And even when she and I were cool, I would tell her things about being more likable and more relatable.
Mm-hmm.
She uses the fact that she is blurple to be a nasty, horrible individual.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, if she sat on your panel with you, Miss O, you wouldn't be able to go 10 minutes with your commentary before she comes off of mute and starts hollering and screaming at the chat.
Oh Lord.
She
Well,
is a show killer.
yeah, that's why I couldn't let that lady on the chat the other day when you referenced her situation. And I was like, that's what we're not gonna do. We're not gonna do that. That goes back to some stuff that I can't do online, Kimmy, and I can't them panel killers and people coming up
Mhm.
slurring and all this and sidetracking the whole issue. I don't that just I have to click off the live when I'm listening to somebody live and they going in one direction and somebody come up, and totally change the trajectory of the conversation. That is a pet peeve when it comes to me listening to lives. That's why I can't listen to everybody.
And you know
It
the
makes
other
sense.
thing too, Miss O, you see how in Creole you do this too. Y'all see, sassy, all y'all. You see how y'all come on, you greet you have your intro, you greet your people, and you going on with your show.
Hmm.
I cannot stand these people with these 20 and 30-minute intros, babbling on and on and on, saying hey to everybody, losing their place, and then they got to start over. I say, child.
Ooh, I hate that too. I don't like it. It'd be a lot going on with them 20 and 30-minute intros seem like, you know what I mean? Why is that necessary? Don't you want to do the commentary? Why we gotta listen to a 20 minutes worth of song or or just whatever. It's too long. That's a pet peeve of mine too.
Oh, I
And
can't
so yeah,
stand that, Miss
I,
O.
I don't
Oh, I
like it
can't
either.
stand that. And then the
Mhm.
other thing too, like I love your channel because I come over here sometimes. Sometimes I don't even drop down. I just sit in the chat. I sit in the clouds and just listen to you. And you keep the conversation going. You move from segment to segment. We understand what you're talking about. It's continuity. You
right, right.
engage with the chat. It's professional. You end the show professionally and you move on.
Girl, move it right along. Move it
But
right
that
along.
whole 20, 30 minutes fumbling and
Mhm.
bumbling, your phone ringing and this and that. And
Yes.
oh, I
I'm
can't stand that.
I can't stand it either. It's very you can't constant you can't and then there's another content creator over here, and we just talked about a few minutes, and this ain't no shade right here. I'm gonna give you a pointer, Ness, if you're listening to this or you will listen to this. When the reason why I don't understand what's going on your live streams because you are not your live streams don't flow like it's,
Mhm.
it's 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 real back and forth and it's real jumbled. Like like you got some confusion going on in your head or something like that. I really can't put my finger on it, but it's not fluid. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. And I can't
Mm.
listen to content creators when the lives are not fluid, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? And so that's just one issue I got with that. So that's why I really don't ever know what's going on over there unless somebody else is talking about it, somebody else that I listen to. You know what I mean? And I can't, and it's even hard for me to red ball because even when I try to red ball, it's too much back and forth. Like you'll talk about something, then you'll do a quiz, and then you'll talk about it again, and you'll jump to something else, and then you'll talk about what you was talking about at first, and then people hit the panel. You want to never go back to what you was talking about originally, which was what was supposed to be talking about in the title, but you're not talking about that. And I'm confused.
It's so confusing. It is so confusing. And I love how people say, oh, and just leave and just leave and come back and just go. This is, let me explain this to you. This is a service business.
Right.
So you can't just tell people, oh, just leaving it. Okay, so then everybody should leave. Like at some
Mhm.
point, I think that a lot of the audiences have gotten so used to content creators being so unprofessional, y'all,
Mhm.
that they just expect that. So then they
Mhm.
just don't have any expectations of any type of professionalism at all.
Mm.
It's like,
Mm.
Kimmy, let me give you your flowers. I know for a fact that if Just Kimmy, if she sets a live for 3 o'clock, at 3:01, she's already gonna be good. Hi everybody, how you doing? This welcome to the
Right.
pretty committee and distinguished. You know, and I
Right.
know
Right.
some content creators who they can set one for 4 p.m. and I'd be dead gone about 4:38. You wondering what happened to the, that's how I knew the other day. I said somebody
Mhm.
call Kimmy because that's not her. If she says she's gonna be here at 3, Kimmy's here at 3. So I
Hmm.
mean, I like that. I don't like, just because you got a
Mhm.
following, don't disrespect my time like that. Now
Yes.
things happen.
Yes.
Like every time you set a live, you super, super late, and then want
Mhm.
to keep us for hours. I don't do it. I'm like, I peace y'all,
Mhm.
I holler. So I'm not gonna
Yeah.
stand there because you ain't got nothing else to do with your life. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I don't like that either. It's a pet peeve. And Kimmy does she consistent. When she says she
Yeah.
gonna do it, she gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like if I say I try to, that's one way I let my subscribers know that I appreciate them. Just I don't set no lies ahead of time. I don't know what's gonna happen. But when I'm
Right.
on here, I'm on here. Do you see what I'm saying? And I'm doing the commentary that I say I'm gonna do. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And I'm not getting sidetracked. We gonna stay on topic. You know what I mean? And we're not gonna be all over the place, you
That's right.
know.
So you are
And that's what I
consistent.
like about you, Kimmy. You stay on topic and you're not all over the place. I don't like the
But
all
see, I
over the
like that
place.
about you too, because you stay on point. I can go, like, let's say I put you on pause and I take a phone call. I could
Mm-hmm.
come right back, unpause you,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm
Pick right
right
up.
back into the commentary. Right. I
Yeah,
can pick it right
yeah,
back up.
yeah. I don't like it all over the place. But like I said, that's what I like about you as well. You know,
I
uh, I
hate that mess.
I be confused.
All over the place, and I like
Yeah.
Creole, sassy. It's a lot of y'all. Even Soapy, he play the music. At least when I hit pause, when I go back, he is still on the music. He picks an era. He's consistent. I mean,
Mm.
it just don't take all of that.
No, it
I would
don't. It don't
speak
take all of that.
I will speak for us smaller content creators. We are those of us who really want to build our brand. We are watching y'all. We are learning what to do and what not to do. And I got to
Mm-hmm.
admit, I'm still tweaking. I'm not a beefer. I don't beef, but I do have a lot to offer. So
Mhm.
I catch some things from Kimmy. I catch some things from Miss O. Who else do I catch some things from? Believe it or not, Lady Nika. I get some things from her too. And
Mm.
I'm tweaking, but I watch y'all. I really do. Sometimes I don't drop down either, but I do watch y'all. So we watching. We watching.
Tell you. Shoot, I be watching too. I love to be a subscriber. You
Me too.
know what I mean? Me and Kimmy was talking about that the other day. Oh, no, I think it was me and Sassy talking about that the other day, as a matter of fact. But Kimmy, I had a question. I got two questions, girl.
What
Now that
happened?
you're talking, you reminded me of what I had forgot. I'm back on it. The first thing I wanted to ask you was the other day you was getting ready to talk about something about Nika, and I forgot what happened, but it was some good tea after that.
Girl, I'm
Did
trying to
was
think. What did I bring
what
up
was
on
she do? Was
Nika?
she playing a pity party in another sector, or what was going on with that?
Nika. Okay, I know her and chat rep had got into it over in the Mo 3 set. I talked about that. But the other day I brought Nika up because Nika was over there on Ken channel over there
Mm.
saying that I struck her.
Whoop.
And I said, what?
Oh
She was
wow.
like, yeah, Kimmy be striking me, but it don't never go through. I
Uh-uh.
said, excuse me? I did
What?
not strike you. First of all, from the time I started my channel, y'all know if I strike somebody, I would tell you I struck them, show you the strike, put it on my community wall, or strike them on the live.
And strike them on the live, because I didn't see you struck that girl on the live twice. She the one went on the cruise or whatever that situation
Two
was.
days in a row, Miss O. How long it took me to strike her? 3 minutes, five
Yep,
minutes at the
yep,
max.
yep. I was like, whoa.
I said, child, I said, so that really bothered me. It really bothered me. And I felt like at the time, I felt like, okay, are you trying to pick an argument with me? Or is it that a lot of your audience don't like me or Blurp don't like me? So you feel like doing that is going to garner you cash out. Like I felt some kind of way about it. And um I saw her in Tracy's chat, so I went under my other page because I saw people speaking to her, and I told her, I said, Nika, I heard that you said that I struck you, girl, and I did not strike you. I
Mm,
was like, now I'll tell you if I struck you. I said, now I was over there hollering and screaming because I was very pissed off about it. I
mm,
did not strike you. And I hate stuff like that, Miss O. If I did it,
mm,
I'm gonna tell you I did it.
Yep, 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 yep. Because I want you
Right.
to know I did it, or I want you to know I said it. Else I would. Why would I? Why else would I do it? You know what I mean? And then for you to imply that I did it and I didn't say I did it, you lying on me. But why you lying on me?
I can't stand it. It really got on my nerves. It pissed me off. So that's what I was talking about with Nika. But she did say in the chat that she says she stands corrected. None of the strikes went through anyway. So,
Mm.
she ain't worried about it. And I was like, well, it wasn't me. I don't miss when I come to our strike. So it definitely wasn't me. I ain't
Yeah, why
striking.
did
I ain't
she
got no
assume?
reason to strike you.
Right, right. Why did she assume? Creole, thank you for coming up. I don't know if you fell down mistake or if you want to come back up. I'll drop the link, but if you don't, thanks for coming up. Why did she assume that it was you?
That's the part that really bothered me. Cause I was like, well, why do you think that it was me though?
Or was
Cause
she just telling a damn lie?
see, or you're looking for a reason to argue with me.
That's true too. Did you hear Blurp over there trying to start an argument? I think it was last night.
No, I don't listen to Blurb. I
Mhm.
mean, this is how I reconcile it, and this is gonna be horrible, and I'm sure gonna say it. Um, Blurb is on a slow fall of her
Child,
own.
child,
So at this point, how many more fat, funky, frowsy whores can I call her?
girl. Oh, thank you.
Like
It's
on
just
some
nothing there.
level, Miss O, it is what it is.
It's just
The fact
nothing
that
there.
you over there talking about me and I ain't thinking about you. The
Thank
only
you.
reason why you talking about me, girl, is because I come live in the mornings now and we
Mhm.
have fun over there and we
Mhm.
get numbers. That's why you're mad, Blurp.
Mhm. And she wants you to respond to her. I even hate that I brought it up, but I just heard that and I was like, she know Kimmy gonna drag the dog s out of her. Why would
And I
you
do it
even
whenever
do
I
that?
feel like it. You know how we do, Miss
Right,
O. I be like, Miss O, I'm finna drag the dog ass out of this hell for the day. And then
right.
a lot of times I just ignore her because she's pathetic.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
Golly.
I agree. I agree.
Bothering her.
I don't even understand that, but I was like, girl, but like I said, oh, okay, Creole, you welcome. She said her groceries there, Kimmy.
Oh Lord. Okay, girl.
Oh, Babyface said Brianna is pathetic. She looked like she doesn't even comb her hair or brush her teeth before she comes. Like, child, All I know is I found it very interesting. I said, well, she must want Kimmy to talk about her, and
Yeah.
I still think she masochistic on some level. But child, she gonna be all right. I'm just wondering if you heard it, but yeah. And
No,
like I
Miss
said, I
O.
be trying to read about and trying to find out what's going on, And so I was like, no, she didn't.
Child, I don't pay her no attention. And my thing is that how can you comment on how anybody look? All of her attacks is always on people that look way better than her.
Mm-mm. I don't. That is beyond me too. I don't know. I think she's delusional. I think that she really has talked her into, and as well as the people on her. They lied. They've been lying to her for years, and I think they don't. She done lied to herself so long to where she thinks she actually. I don't know, and maybe those shots got her thinking she snatched or something now, but maybe that's delusion too. I don't know. I don't know, but it's unfortunate. That's all
You
I
think
know.
so? Like, oh Lord, look at Biggie face. Chat rep, come on camera, atrocious. You know, I done told chat rep plenty of times when she talking about she didn't feel good the other day. I said, put a bra on and you'll feel more pulled together.
Maybe be able to breathe. You think you got a cold, but no, honey, your lungs are being smothered. Like pick them up,
Pick them
pick them up, baby.
tig old bitties up and put them in a bra.
Okay,
Girl, chat
Lord
rep.
Jesus.
Oh, that girl a mess. When she come on camera up, that honey, her and them moo and she
Mm.
thinks she cute because of the ugly people she hangs around. Lord have mercy, Biggie face is rough. Do you hear me?
Let me try not to laugh, but yeah, it's the truth.
But you did you hear face y'all say she don't look like her camera slips?
No.
Girl, please.
Now I seen them camera slips looking like what's that word used to be on the Little Rascals looking like whichever one that was that little the black one that used to
Oh,
be on the Little
buckwheat,
Rascals.
looking like
Yeah,
buckwheat.
buckwheat. I seen that buckwheat camera slip. What you mean?
You remember that, Miss? Oh, well, we was all over on Pizarro's that day when her camera turned on and she, Lord have mercy, and the chat tore us up and started dragging us because we was on the panel talking about we didn't see nothing. Y'all cussed us out for that, baby. I just ooh
Oh my God!
ooh.
And then guess what else you look like, Kimmy? I mean, oh. Have you ever seen? It was a show on HBO. It was a series on like a couple of years ago. It was called Lovecraft Country, right?
Oh
And on,
yes.
on one of the, do you remember the episode about the Niglet girl?
Oh
The
yes.
what did they call
Lovecraft Country
her?
was my show, man.
Oh
Ooh.
man, I wanted another season of that so bad, but it was
Ooh.
only one book, so that's why they did one season. But they could have stretched that out. But she looked like the demon thing, that looked like a little niglet that was gnawing at the little girl's arm that she had to get her arm cut off. That's what she looked like on that camera slip.
Oh girl.
I forget the name of that
I
that
forgot
show.
that particular episode, but I know exactly what you're talking about. And the girl was
Yes,
possessed, and they had to come up with
yes,
something to cast that demon out. Child, let me say
yes. Her hair
that
was all
girl.
nappy like the little niglet thing and everything.
Yes,
Oh my God.
yes. I don't
That
know who
is
uglier, her or Demon Soul. I'm gonna tell you the truth.
ah!
Woo.
I told you people be mad because they be ugly. That's what I told my niece.
They be miserable, and you know they said because I said once before. God says He makes all of us in His image, but Jesus don't look like that.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
It ain't no way.
Mm-mm. Some of it is you shouldn't you can should have babies with everybody. Okay, I think people need to start having gene checks or something like that to see if it's gonna match, to see if you're gonna make an ugly baby or a pretty one, because some of that stuff don't match. Don't do that to yourself or your kids. Just
No, but
not
do you
fighting your
think she
children.
looked like that when she was a kid?
Uh huh. That shit
What?
don't change. It just is what it is. That's why they grow up angry. I'm telling you, like for real.
Child, I'm trying Trey. I ain't lying. That day we was sitting up on that pound of Trey. When that camera slip happened, the chat was going crazy at Pizarro's. And me, Brianna, it was a bunch of us up there. What we say? Oh, we didn't see nothing. Baby, when I tell you the entire sector drug us, when I tell you the whole sector cussed us out, Oh Lord.
Trying to get
Hey,
romance my
Simone.
friend, child.
Child, Miss. Hey, you done took it to a whole nother level. Talking about they need to get the genes checked before they have the baby.
Yeah, they do. Cause some of that stuff don't match. I'm telling you, like for real. Dude, you need to do some research, okay?
Whew. Do you
Cause you,
think some of
you
it is just the fact that they so miserable and nasty that make them uglier? Like maybe Jesus
Mhm.
is like maybe God really had an intention for them to look one way, but because they are so despicable that
Mhm.
they just look another. That's what you think
Mhm.
so?
I really think that I really not trying to go there to Kimmy, but I opened the door, okay? I really think that yes, I think that some people are mad because they ugly, right? But
Okay.
even if you ugly, here's my thing. Here's my thing. If you ugly or if you look like a blur, how
Hmm.
dare you be mean and hateful on the inside and you got all this going on the outside? Because it exacerbates the problem, right?
Oh yeah.
Like you
Hmm.
ugly, you dog ugly, and you know you ugly, right? Why you gonna be mean? You should be nice, and you should be, the one that's always got something positive to say, always got a smile on your little ugly face, no matter what. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
should be that type of person. But
Yeah.
then you
Mhm.
turn around and be ugly on the inside, and you're already ugly or messed up on the outside. That exacerbates the situation. It really draws attention to your ugliness or your blurtness. That's why you should try to play it off and be nice.
You know what? That is good because I went to school with this one girl that was so ugly. It was confusing. Like the first day of school, and we used to always be in the same classes. So the first day of school looked like the teacher would be taking the role, and they'll see her and kind of jump back a little bit. But when I tell you, she was the kindest. She was so kind that when anybody used to say something about her, everybody used to jump on that person because we used to be like, nah. You ain't finna talk
Exactly.
about her. That girl is the sweetest
Yes,
person
it is.
ever.
That's what I mean. And when I was in school, hey, Miss Philadelphia, I'm glad you said that because I was kind of a mean girl, right? But I was
Hmm.
kind of a mean girl, but I was never a bully. So if you got somebody ugly, and everybody talking about it, but they're a nice person, we'll do the same thing. Be like, hold up, that's my girl. Don't talk about her like that. You know what I mean? Even
Hmm.
though you still is a mean girl, you still ain't got to be, just like vicious or stuff
You
or
was a
something.
mean girl with standards.
Yeah, mean girl. Thank you. There you go. There
Cause
you
I
go.
sure was a mean girl with standards, bitch. I'll drag you in a heartbeat. But if I
Mm,
see you bullying somebody, I'm finna take up for
yeah,
that person. I don't like
yeah.
that.
I don't like the bully thing. I don't like the bully thing. That's my thing. But yeah, I was kind of a mean girl. I'm not gonna lie. But it is what it is. I had two sisters. I had to be a mean girl. I didn't have a choice.
I was too. I ain't gonna even hold you. I really was. But it was weird because I hated bullies. I was never a bully.
Yeah, I don't like bully. Yeah,
But
I
I
don't like. I
was
don't like
mean.
bully.
I would if
Mm.
I ain't like you was gonna get this word.
Yeah, I
But
used to bully the bullies.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. I'm like, girl, you out here bullying somebody, but you on welfare, girl. Look at them shoes you got on, Miss Thing. Like I used to read like that to
Why your
get
hair
them
look like
off
that?
of the other person. Yeah. Hmm.
Okay. I used to talk about the hair and the BBs and just girl, just everything, just
Girl,
everything.
I used to get on the economics. When I say, girl, you are poor, Miss Thing. Like I used to really go in. So, child, I used to stay getting in trouble for stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. It was just bad. I did, but now it was not like you got to admit, Kimmy,
Mm,
when you was in school and you got somebody that's ugly on the inside and on the outside, that's like a gift, right? Because you really get to go
baby,
in for real.
what I say? And I used to be sitting, because you know how we used to all have our own little lunch tables with our crew.
Yeah. Yes.
I used to be telling my people, I used to tell my crew, I say, let me tell you something. Like, say for instance, that it was Face Yaya. I would have told my crew, let me tell you something. The first time Fates Yaya try me, get me wrong, look at me sideways, I'ma drag the F out of her. Are you
Oh
kidding
yeah.
me? I be like, I tell my crew, y'all be on alert. If
And
that
be on
beast or
alert. And
anything, let me know. Cause lunch period is on. Cause I ain't see a lot of my
oh,
friends until lunch, child.
yep, yep, yep. Me too at lunch. And in the bathroom while we was on lunch period too. Don't
Yes,
do that. Don't get on my bad side. Don't do that. Cause I'm gonna
yes.
drag your ass. I'm gonna make you hit me so we can
I
fight.
used to be waiting. I would want them to try me. When I say
Me too.
I want you to.
Me too, Kimmy. I ain't gonna lie.
Be
I used to
looking
get in
for
so
a
much
reason to
daggone
argue with the
trouble.
person so you could drag them, Chad.
Yes, they'll talk real crazy. They be wanting to hit you, or they go on and hit you, and then you have to go on and beat them down real fast, knowing I'm gonna get in trouble at home, but still, I couldn't help myself.
I know, because if you got in trouble at school, you were gonna get in trouble at school, and you was gonna come home and get that ass whooping. It
Yes.
just, I couldn't take no
Oh,
ass
no.
whooping though, Miss O. So what I would do, bruh, is that let's say if it came to a fight, I'll fight the shit out of you, but then I'll be the first one in the office to tell on your ass, so I can look
Girl,
like the victim.
girl, that's what I used to do. It got so bad that what was our principal at Carl Eder was our principal, right?
Mm,
Child, I was so bad that he eventually started letting me. I had to work in the office around lunchtime because he just got tired of taking me home to my mom and them or coming by and all this and all that. Honey, he just started keeping me in the office. That's how bad it got. He didn't even worry about it no more. I just had to start working in the office during lunch. And so,
see,
because I wouldn't stop picking with people.
child, it was a mess. I said, "Oh Lord, thank God for growth, Lord, thank
Thank
God."
you.
And when I see people now from high school, Miss O, I always ask them, "Was I nice to you?" They always say, "Yes, you was so nice to me." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I ask all the time, like, "Was I nice?"
Girl. And
'Cause
I'm always with my thing is I'm always with hey girl, how you doing? I don't be knowing their name, Kimmy.
I don't remember because don't none of these people look normal no more.
Right. I don't be knowing that, hey girl, how you do? But they always remember what went on in high school, but I'm thinking, okay.
Child,
I
I don't
don't
even
I don't
remember.
know
You
them. I
don't
know my
remember me?
girls,
I'm
but you
like,
extra. So
yes, that used to get me. They always say, "You don't remember me?" I was like, "Bitch, you don't look nothing like you did in high school, but you look the
okay.
same." Yeah, I said, "Yeah, I done gained weight, child, but I look the same, child. I don't. What you got good? But what you do, girl? I don't drink. I don't smoke. That's the first thing.
Okay. Girl. When
That
I
drinking
smoke
and
too,
smoking will age you, Miss O.
it really will. Me and these cigarettes, we on bad terms. I ain't gonna lie. Well, yeah. They
Miss
keep me
O. Now, how
company.
y'all done got healthy with that blood pressure? You and them cigarettes windmilling.
But I'm still. But see now, I'm better. I'm better. I cut down.
So
Now we get rid of the pork and a whole lot of other stuff. But the Mister, he don't smoke at all, and so I was really more worried about him. And then but I had to set an example. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And but as far as me and the cigarettes, child, we battle. But we better though. We better. I cut down on 'em. We better.
So, are
We
you
better.
like transitioning toward quitting? Do you think at some point you'll stop?
Yeah, cause I'm really I'm getting older, and like I said, I don't want nobody taking care of me because I'm mean and surly, and I don't want nobody pinching me because they gotta because they gotta take care of
Baby,
me. And my sister told me, because I'm the oldest, when you get old and we gotta take care of you, I'm gonna pinch you. I'm gonna pinch you because you used to harass me. I was like, girl, and I
now you
laughed it off, but I got to thinking. I told myself, said, is she gonna do that to you for real? You better get
child.
help. You better get healthy. Gonna pay me back for how I used to torture them. I'm like, oh Lord, I can't be going out
Child.
like it. I can't
Miss
be going
O.
out like it.
Okay, so this January, Miss O, by December, you're gonna be done with them cigarettes. So we got to just claim it.
I'm gonna claim it. I'm
You're
gonna
gonna be
claim it.
done.
I'm gonna claim it, and I'm working on it. It will help my pockets, though. I tell you that it will.
It'll
But now
help.
I don't smoke like no, but every 10 minutes I'm firing up a cigarette. Now I don't do that
I
because
couldn't
I
deal
leave
with
my
that.
house thinking.
That I couldn't deal with that. My nerves would be shot.
Yeah, that every 10 minutes thing. We ain't gonna do that. Then I want my. I'm gonna be. I will never stop scrubbing walls. Do you see what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
I
because
got a
that
thing
smoke
about the
get
wall.
into the vents, the walls, the furniture,
Yes,
your clothes. That's
yes,
true, Miss O. That is so
yeah,
true. I
yeah.
had a
And
friend, a coworker. She wanted to stop smoking real bad because she had got a real bad case of pneumonia,
mm,
and the doctors Tony used to smoke, but she was like a lunch smoker. Like after she ate, she would smoke or
yeah, that's
something
what I
like
used to
that.
do. Yeah.
Hmm. And so
That's
the doctor, when she went and they told her she had pneumonia and stuff, and they showed her her lungs, they showed a picture of her lungs, she was like, "Oh my god!" So they gave her Wellbutrin.
mm,
They gave her Wellbutrin, so she just took a Wellbutrin every day. When I
mm,
tell you that thing stops, she said the Wellbutrin literally took the craving away.
hmm. You know what? Maybe that's why I smoke less too, because I start taking escitalopram, you know, for my mood
Oh,
swings and stuff. You know, because I went through the menopause thing, and it
oh,
was just I was just unbearable at one point in time. I look back and just realize, just keep it a buck with myself. I was like literally unbearable, Kimmy. I'm not even lying to you. And I told
really?
you I still go to my therapist. At least once a month I go, and then she'd be like, "Well, hey, why don't we try A, B, C, or D?" And
Hmm.
I look up the side effects, and I'll be like, "But no, I'm not trying that." And then we got to this escitalopram, and I was cool with those potential side effects, but it's really calmed me down. But I have noticed that I do smoke less, so maybe that's what's going on.
I'm telling you, they prescribe because I didn't know it. She told me, she said, yeah, they prescribe certain antidepressants will have your mind thinking. Because I take Wellbutrin for depression,
Mm,
but it tells me that I should get out of the bed, that I should organize things, that I should do that.
yeah.
So I think it works different because it for her it took the smoking out of her. She just didn't want to do it.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that's what I'm saying. That medication probably got you by the end of the year. You probably gonna be done with it.
Well, I hope so. But like I said, it's really helping because it keeps me. I have always had an anger problem. Like I
Mm-hmm.
pop off real quick, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of stabilized. But when I reached menopause, child, it was at an all time high, right? And even if I was, even after I was done with the menopause, it was just like really there, to the point to where my nieces were like, "Auntie, I love you, but what I do? Why you gotta be so mean?" And I didn't want them babies asking me them questions, because I was like, "Well, hold up, I ain't never been mean to my babies. I might need to go do something." So I went and I talked to my therapist about it, and she was like, "Yeah, you are kind of snappy, to be quite honest with you." And I was like, "Bitch," in my head, I was like, "Bitch, no, she didn't." And so,
See,
but I
see,
respect it because she keep it a buck with me. That's why I can get along with her. And I went through a couple of therapists because I would ride Lord over you if you allow me to. You know what
really?
I mean? Yes, I would roll right over your ass if you allow me to. And she wasn't going, and so that's why she's still my therapist. Okay, honestly.
Aw,
But
that's
anyway, we kept
awesome.
trying different medications, and I'm cool with it now. You know what I mean? I'm a
Hope it
lot
stays
better, but
so
I
long.
think it is affecting my smoking habits. What'd you say, Kimmy?
I was reading the chat. I says, Sophie says Zoloft is good. I take Zoloft at night before bed.
I done the Zoloft before. That Zoloft did not phase me.
Really?
It did not phase me, Kimmy. It did not phase me. It did nothing for me. Nothing. They put me
Wow.
on the Zoloft first. It didn't do nothing for me. I ain't gonna lie.
Baby, that Zoloft will have me not caring. I don't have a care in the world. When I'm
Yeah,
taking the Zoloft, I don't have a care in the world. Mm-mm.
yeah.
Nope.
I
Retro
think my
babe,
blood.
menopause makes everything worse, baby. So even
Whew.
if you have like a little light anxiety or anger problem or depression
Hmm.
or whatever, girl,
Escalated,
menopause make
elevated.
it worse. Ooh,
Yes. My God. Oh Lord.
ooh.
And I used to wonder, why is the Mister? I realize he like his feeling and stuff like that, but he gonna freeze to death after after that
Child.
day go shed. And I asked him, I was like, "Well, baby, why? I mean, are you okay? Do you got something you want to talk to me about?" And you just kept doing, doing that grunting, and I was like, "Oh, the attitude must be going too far. He don't even want to argue with me. He just want to
Aw.
grunt." And that's another reason why I was like, you know what, I really gotta go get
You,
analyzed when it
oh,
comes to
you
my
got that
situation.
man out there in the shed.
He had himself out there because he
Girl.
didn't want to argue, and then he won't go nowhere. But he just didn't want to argue. So, child.
Well, all right,
Y'all
baby.
got
Let
to
me
get
get off
one.
and call this husband of mine. He done to text me 4 times.
Uh-oh, uh-oh. Well, just you know what, Kimmy, I'm so happy for you. But just you know what, when you want to go off, don't be like me. Just talk to yourself. Like I'm not gonna hurt this man today. I'm not gonna do it.
I
I'm gonna
know.
choose my battles. He
I
getting
know.
on my damn nerves, but I'm gonna choose my battle.
I have to. Yeah, I said I'm gonna take my Zoloft early tonight. Um,
Yes,
he said you ain't got to take it. I'm gonna go on. I said you better go on because I'm finna take this Zoloft. You know what that means? I'm gonna go to sleep. You ain't gonna get no.
okay. You don't want me to fall asleep early, okay? You better
Okay,
act right
that's what's
now.
finna happen.
Okay. Sure. And then you act like then you better be nice to me all day if you know the night is the night or you want the night to be the night. You
If
better
you want
start
the
early.
night is the night,
Okay. Don't pop up at the last minute when I'm tired and I've been out all day. You better
cause
you better let me know. You better start in the morning.
you better prepare my mind so mentally I can get myself prepared for this.
Exactly. You better let me know. I'm gonna need some attention.
Love you, Miss. Oh, thank you so much for having me. Thank
Okay,
y'all.
Kimmy. Thanks for coming up, baby. I always love when y'all co-host for me. But y'all don't be laughing at me. Thank you, Ron P. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Y'all always know I like to end on a good note. And thank y'all so much for joining me today. I seen some different people. Dr. Soapy was a temporary model for me. Retro Babe, I ain't seen her in a while. Cockeyed superstar. Everybody. Some of my oldest Trey, Biggie Face. You know what I mean? Thank y'all so much. Oh, information. How you doing? You at work listening? Somebody please take Kimmy's phone. Thank you. Hey 313. Thank y'all so much for joining me, everybody. Just cause I marvelous, just cause I didn't see your name don't mean I didn't appreciate you. Joining in with the chat today. Y'all please hit Dr. Creole. Lord said Dr. Creole. Creole Butterfly, thanks for coming up with me and Kimmy. I saw my girl Sassy in the chat. Thank y'all so much for joining me today. Child, I'm gonna get off of here. Every time Kimmy come on here, I have to stay on long because I love her conversation so much. And I really appreciate when my girls be coming up here. And thank y'all. And please come, Regina Myers. Thank you. And thank you, Dr. Soap. Y'all come on back, subscribe to the channel, share the video. Um, yeah, y'all come on back. I appreciate you having this conversation with y'all today. I like when we get over here and have adult conversations and we don't act all, crazy and, just let it go too left in the chat because that sidetracks the conversation as well. When you gotta stop and take a moment and thank you, I'm so Houston. And and try to settle down the chat. Some people don't mind, but I like for us to have a good old live, good old grown conversation. And I hope you guys appreciate it. So I'm gonna get off of here. Thank y'all so much. And if you came in late, please be part of the replay gang. We talked about some good stuff today. We had some juicy tea. You know what I mean? And we ended on a good note. And that's how I love it. So I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Y'all stay warm if it's still snowing, cause it's gonna snow again tonight around here. So child, oh Lord, it's too much going. I'm sick of it. I like the snow at first, but after a couple of days, I am over it. Thank you, Kaka Superstar. And I'm over it now. And Francis Thibodeau said my OBGYN sister said to curb hot flashes or hormones, ear, QMY type berries, soy, and sweet potatoes. Is that right, Francis Thibodeau? That's a good homeopathic natural remedy. I know that's right. I know that's right. Mm-mm. I know that's right. Because honey, that them hot flashes from menopause and them you welcome cockeyed and them attitude changes, baby. Mm-mm. Yeah, sweet potato, right, Retro Bay? I love me a good sweet potato, good yam too, child. But anyway, y'all, let me get off of here. I'm gonna talk to y'all guys later. Like I said, please like, share, subscribe. If you subscribe, if you just now subscribing, thank you, Catherine. Please hit that notifications bell so that you will be alerted when I hopefully, because y'all know YouTube be tripping. Hopefully you will be alerted when I go live and want to have one of these good old conversations. You too, Ron P. I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Peace.